welcome to our deep dive.
Hey.
Today we're going to try to tackle something kind of unique.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to be mastering pronunciation.
Ooh.
Specifically for names and terms that relate to Spanish Carmelite saints.
Okay.
So you might be thinking, pronunciation, really?
Yeah.
But these little details can really unlock a whole new level of understanding.
It's true. It's like you discover a hidden code
Oh,
that reveals all these deeper layers of meaning.
I like that.
When we pronounce the names correctly, and we take the time to do that,
Yeah.
we're honoring their historical and cultural context.
Okay, let's just jump right in.
Okay.
Saint Teresa of Avila.
Yes.
We always hear it as like Avila.
Right.
But the correct Spanish pronunciation is actually I-H Vila, with the emphasis on the first syllable.
Yes, and that emphasis on the H, like you said.
Yeah.
It connects us directly to St. Teresa's roots.
Yeah.
Avila, her birthplace wasn't just a location, it was part of her identity.
Right?
And it's fascinating how just a subtle shift
Yeah.
can bring us closer to her story.
Wow. Vila.
Yeah,
It does have a certain ring to it.
it does.
Okay, this might surprise you, but we're going to tackle how to say Jesus next.
Okay, bring it on.
So,
In Spanish, it's eso.
okay.
That soft J, almost like an H
Some-
sound,
Yeah.
emphasis on the second syllable.
Yes.
Yeah, so when we say Saint Teresa of Jesus, in Spanish, it becomes Santa Teresa de Jesus.
Wow, Santa Teresa de Jesus.
Mm.
It's beautiful,
Yeah,
almost musical.
it is.
You think?
Yeah.
Do you think she ever reflected on the sound of her name?
That's such an interesting question.
Right.
Yeah, it makes you wonder about the personal connection
Yeah.
these saints had with their own names and their titles.
Speaking of names,
Yes.
get ready for St. John of the Cross.
Oh, yeah.
In Spanish, it's San Juan de la Cruz.
Yes,
And we've got that wonderful rolling R to practice.
we do.
So Juan becomes Juan.
Juan, yes.
And for Cruz, you can say Cruz or Cruz.
Yeah. You know, it's regional accents
Yeah.
create such wonderful variations
Yeah.
in the Spanish language, and each one has its own charm and history.
San Juan de la Cruz.
Yes.
It has this like almost lyrical quality to it.
It does.
Makes you want to learn more about his poetry.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on to a term that's hugely important in Carmelite history.
Okay.
Discalced. We usually say discalced,
Right.
but the Spanish word is descalzos,
Right.
which literally means shoeless.
And it's more than just a word, it's a whole movement.
Mm.
St. Teresa of Avila and St. John of the Cross.
Yeah.
They spearheaded this reform,
Right.
emphasizing a return to simplicity,
Yeah.
humility,
Right.
and deeper connection to the origins of the Carmelite order.
So when we say descalzos,
Yeah.
we're not just using different language, we're tapping into a pivotal moment
You are.
in their history.
Think about
Right.
walking barefoot,
Okay.
feeling the earth beneath your feet.
Yeah.
It's a powerful symbol of shedding material possessions.
And embracing a more spiritual path.
That image really brings it to life.
It's true.
It's amazing how a single word can hold so much weight.
Yeah.
And speaking of powerful imagery, let's talk about Carmel, the very heart of the Carmelite order.
Yes, in English, we pronounce it with a hard Carmel.
Right.
But in Spanish, it's softer, more like Carmel.
Carmel. It sounds gentler somehow.
It does.
Or contemplative.
And remember, Carmel refers to Mount Carmel.
Right.
This place, the spiritual birthplace of the Carmelite order.
Wow.
It just adds another layer of meaning to the pronunciation.
It's like each sound holds a piece of the story.
I love that.
But don't worry, we'll give you a chance to practice these pronunciations.
Yes, we
A
will.
little bit.
We don't want you to feel overwhelmed.
Right.
Repetition is key, and we'll make sure you feel comfortable saying these words and phrases.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a quick break.
We will. Welcome back.
I've definitely been trying out those pronunciations.
good. It makes me think about the Carmelites themselves. Do you think they would have had pronunciation guides back in the day?
Oh, that's funny. I imagine it would have been passed down
Yeah.
through oral tradition, from one generation to the next.
Like a whispered secret connecting them across time.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've learned how to say Avila Jesus, San Juan de la Cruz, and Descalzos.
We have.
I feel like we're making good progress.
You're doing great. And it's not just about memorizing sounds. It's about appreciating the depth of meaning behind each word.
Right.
Like we talked about descalzos, meaning shoeless.
Yeah, the connection to their vow of poverty and humility.
Right, and this choice wasn't made lightly.
Right?
Going barefoot in those times would have meant facing discomfort, even hardship.
Yeah.
You know, it was a tangible daily reminder of their commitment to a simpler life.
It makes you think about the sacrifices they were willing to make for their beliefs.
It does.
It adds a whole other dimension to their story.
It does, and it challenges us to consider, the ways we prioritize material comfort over spiritual growth.
So much to ponder.
I know.
Okay, now I'm curious to hear more about Carmel. We touched on its softer pronunciation in Spanish, but what else can we uncover about this word?
Well, the name itself is rooted in the Hebrew word Carmel,
Okay,
meaning garden or vineyard.
a garden. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can see the connection to Mount Carmel, a place of natural beauty and spiritual significance.
Exactly. And for the Carmelites, this wasn't just a symbolic name.
Right.
They actively cultivated a life of prayer and contemplation,
Okay.
tending to their inner gardens, so to speak.
Wow, so when we say Carmel,
Yeah.
we're not just saying a place name. We're invoking a whole way of life.
You got it. It's a reminder that words hold power and history and a deep connection to the human experience.
Right.
And when we pronounce them with intention and respect, we honor that legacy.
I'm feeling inspired to dig deeper into all these terms and the stories behind them.
That's the beauty of this kind of deep dive. It sparks curiosity and invites us to learn more. But before you run off to the library, we've got some fun pronunciation exercises and a final challenge waiting for you.
Okay.
In the next part, ready to put your skills to the test.
Absolutely. I'm eager to see what you've got in store for us. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive.
It's amazing how much richer these names and terms feel now that we're paying attention to their pronunciation.
It's like we've been given a new set of ears, allowing us to hear these words in a completely new light.
Well, I'm eager to put those new ears to the test.
Okay.
What pronunciation challenges do we have in store for today?
Okay, let's start with a little recap.
Okay.
I'll say the English term,
Right.
and you give me the correct Spanish pronunciation.
Okay.
Ready?
Bring it on.
First up, Avila.
Vila.
Excellent. Now how about Jesus?
Jesus. I've been practicing.
It shows... Okay, here's a tougher one. St. John of the Cross.
San Juan de la Cruz. Beautiful. You've even mastered that rolling R sound. And finally, let's hear Carmel.
Carmel. Remembering to keep it soft and almost whispered.
You've done it. You've officially conquered the pronunciation of key Spanish Carmelite terms.
I feel like I should get a certificate.
Yeah.
But there's one more challenge you mentioned, right? That full sentence in Spanish?
Ah, yes, the ultimate test. Are you ready to weave all these terms together into a single flowing phrase?
Absolutely, lay it on me.
Okay, here it is. Santa Teresa de Ávila, San Juan de la Cruz, y Santa Teresa de Jesús nos inspiran a acercarnos más a Dios. Take your time, breathe, and remember everything we've learned.
Okay, here it goes. Santa Teresa de Ayechvila, San Juan de la Cruz y Santa Teresa de Jesús nos inspiran a acercarnos más a Dios.
Phew, how did I do?
That was incredible. You pronounced each word with such clarity and confidence.
I have to admit, it feels pretty satisfying to say it all correctly. Who knew pronunciation could be so empowering?
It's more than just saying words right. It's about stepping into another culture, another way of understanding the world, and through that process,
Right.
we gain a deeper appreciation for the richness and complexity of these Carmelite figures.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? From stumbling over unfamiliar sounds to confidently navigating a full sentence in Spanish.
And remember, this is just the beginning. There's a whole world of language and pronunciation out there waiting to be explored.
So for all of you listening, I encourage you to keep practicing, keep listening, and keep discovering the beauty and power hidden within each word.
And who knows, maybe one day you'll find yourself leading your own deep dive into the fascinating world of language.
That's a wrap on our Spanish Carmelite pronunciation adventure. We hope you've enjoyed the journey and learned a thing or two along the way. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.